It is Saturday, the 4th of the 9th, 2025. The time is 6 minutes past 10. And as always, that means that there are very many F1 centric Philip, which we need to put, including in T minus 24 minutes, an all important FP3. It will get techier than techie things. I'm getting a bit optimistic here as a Maximilian Verstappen fan. I think he's got it nailed. I think he's got it. The only bod on that grid, if he's had his Weetabix in that double brake ducted MCL39 that I think can challenge him, is the one that they call Lando Norris. But it will depend. I was having a conversation with my young man today, and I wanted to make it clear that precision of language is really important. My young man, Cameron Jr., always says, "Daddy, can I have this?" And I want to make sure that he knows how to use the English language correctly. Freudian slip as your boy starts to stutter. It's not can, it's may. May and can are very different entities, are they not? And as far as Lando Norris, this has never been more pertinent. Can he? You bet your bottom dollar he can. He is capable. It's absolutely within his physical remit. Will he, though? Is a very different proposition. Mark out here gifting memberships. You're a legend and I'm grateful ad infinitum. If you are a brand new member, be sure to get over to the Discord and continue the rich tapestry that is Formula One conversation. Discords, modes of communication. I just think that's a bit, it's important that I lead off with that because it's important differentiation as far as what Lando Norris is capable of as versus what he does in qualifying a little bit later on today. I think it's going to be important here. And that's why I've got to tick my Maximilian Verstappen box if we're to save a dime puppy. I hope you're having a great day. You're a legend, Sebastian. I appreciate you. It's going to get techie over the next couple of... So this is just FP3, of course. So this is due diligence settings. But I feel Cameron Jr. statement. So, no, Cameron Jr. turns 5 in December. The race is shaping up to be pure chaos. Well, not the race necessarily, Daniel. I think it's all qualifying, mate. Remember, for the avoidance of doubt, 1.5 seconds is the delta that you need in order to pass around here. It's not going to be full of it might be full of chaos, but not full of overtaking. It might be safety car induced, lest we forget that every single time we've had a Grand Prix around here, last year accepted, there has been at least one safety car. I taught my stepson at the age of 5 an important lesson. I said, being polite is a superpower that unlocks potential. And even if they say no, you have to leave a go. Very well said, Max. Do you know what I mean? I do not hate that. And again, I'm grateful, Mark. I don't want to gloss over that. I make no apology for labouring that point. Guys and girls out here like Mark and Daniel supporting. I don't know. This channel ceases to exist sans your support. And I make no apology for saying that each and every single time up front. John K, you're an absolute legend. Mood. Go on, and what are your odds as I'm watching Mr. Peter Wins, a friend of the channel, present on Sky Sports F1 about the first Grand Prix ever, 1950 Silverstone. What was Max's race pace? So, Julian, I haven't seen race pace, but what I have seen is that there were like-for-like times done by Max and the one that they call OJ Piastri. Let me show you this. This is important before we talk about other things. And by the way, we've gone through this ad infinitum at this stage, but I'm free and easy to go through it again. These are the times, yeah. Last 3 laps, Oscar Piastri on red labelled soft compound tyre and Maximilian Verstappen on the same tyre. Average from OJP in an MCL39 with its double brake duct and all. Warmer climbs. McLaren are meant to be quickest around here because of their ability to mitigate for the rate of tyre deg. They've done something. I don't know what it is. Dr. Robs spoke about it more eloquently than I could. Phase changing materials or tyre water or something. But yeah, and still, Oscar Piastri, 34.460. Maximilian Verstappen, 34.326. And this is why that's significant. Max Verstappen and Red Bull normally get to the Grand Prix and develop, they evolve, they iterate for their optimal setup over the course of FP1, 2 and 3 to where all of a sudden in qualifying they are in the zone, the optimal one. Here, however, by dint of the setup, the floor upgrade, the floor fairing, the brand new front wing that they've brought. It feels like they've expedited for their setup learning curve. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Z, is techie than techie things. It means, therefore, that the step that Max will inevitably take by dint of Red Bull's setup will be greater, right? Especially if we're talking relative. I mean, it's always a relative game. To be fastest, you just need to be faster than the next best. And I think I've got a feeling that Max will... He'll go close. 0 to hero, FP1 through 3, then in quali. They always do, don't they, Max? It's Red Bull's favourite trick to play. Cam, greetings from down under. You're a legend, Jeff dear. Hope your FP3's perfect timing for an early Saturday evening. I don't hate that, Jeff. So what are you going to do about quali, Jeff? You're going to wake up? Going to get techie. Fine tuning since Miami, 100%. Right, that's what Dr. Hobbs told us, eh? Space the goat mood, my dear. Give it a thumbs up. Go on then, let's get back to our... In fact, we can talk about some things. We can talk. Your boy did a lot of bloody research and a lot of it's gone to waste thus far. But I'm going to keep talking about it ad infinitum. Just say it how it is. He's going to do this. See, I don't know, though. I don't want to be the predictor of the future because that would make me an abbot of unreason. To say Maximilian Verstappen is definitely going to put it on pole, you would have to call me out as a seller of snake oil or a wolf ticket salesman. I would be a liar, therefore. But when you look at Max Verstappen to win the race and put it on pole, and you learn that his odds are, or were at least, 6 to 1. A very good morning. You're a legend, Gino. Can you say statistical arbitrage? I wouldn't be too hyped just yet. The McLarens didn't seem too happy. Lando didn't seem too happy. Last resort, you are 100%. Oscar still pipped Max. Did he still pip Max? True, but false as well. I don't know. What are you comparing? Absolute terms performance? Or are you comparing them on their soft compound tyre runs like I just brought up last resort? There is still a chance that McLarens have a level of pay, 100%. But as far as their... Go on then. Normally you'd expect the Red Bull to be quick in a straight line. And when you looked at their quickest times, there's as near as makes no difference. They were level as far as maximal velocity through the speed trap. I don't know, last resort. Well, let's see, eh? Max could always go and make a mistake as well. Yeah, right. Yes, mate. Quali not so perfect. 11 p.m. Mate, Jeff, that's not a bad time, but then you're amped from qualifying. You can't get to bed because Max has put it on pole and blah, blah, blah. It's... Mr. Windsor did a great job of going over that earlier. Thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention. I know, Sebastian. Yeah, I think Mr. Windsor put out his review video. I mean, when you spend enough time talking to somebody, your thinking aligns, right? Like we're very different, me and Mr. Windsor, but I think the lens through which we ingest our Formula One isn't awfully dissimilar. Predicting Matt's stance on the rain in the final. Can you imagine if it does start to rain? Bloody Nora. Go on then. We are T-minus 15 minutes away from a cheeky and all-important FP3. And I'm here for it to chat. Did you see Will Buxton, by the way? Oh my gosh. God, we've got to talk about this because this has gone chaotic. I flashed up a PowerPoint yesterday where Will Buxton had gone on a podcast again, The Fast and the Furious, and said words to these effects. Last year, I said that Lando Norris was going to win, but I knew Lando Norris wasn't going to win. It was all about Maximilian Verstappen. It was kayfabe, and the only reason why I said it is because I was working for Formula One at the time. What? Hang on. So you lied, therefore, Will Buxton, for entertainment. This is the problem with F1 in 2025 and the way that people cover the sport. I mean, there's got to be a bit of shtick and kayfabe and pizzazz and jazz. I get it. I understand it. But this is a difference now in extents and not kinds. I can't come on here and lie to you guys because automatically, therefore, that makes me a seller of wolf tickets, like an abbot of unreason. I fracture the trust that there is between you and me. Like that's outrageous. Should have just buried the lead, Will Buxton. You didn't need to say that. Why are you telling us that you lied? And again, I remember the clip. We talked about it this time last year when Lando had momentum behind him and he looked like all of a sudden he was in the running for the Drivers' Championship, blah, blah, blah. Will Buxton went on the Fast and the Curious and said, I don't think Lando Norris is going to win. I know Lando Norris is going to win. And I mean, flipping Nora. Will Buxton said that he lied. His words, not mine. Oh, the humanity. Indeed, TWM. Wilby is an absolute idiot. He shouldn't have said that. Bury the lead, mate. Do you know what I mean? We don't need to see that. Not at every single juncture do we need to peek behind the fourth wall. 7:16 Saturday evening. Bloody Nora. It's the only one he hasn't started yet, Martin. Will endeared himself to me kind of with, I don't know, mood. Don't mood. No. Mood. I don't need to see how the cake's baked every time. Do you know what I mean? T-minus 13 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky FP3, and I am here for it. I'm just going to get tech here. It is going to get very techie soon. Got about 3 minutes into one of the Will Buxton vids. The two infants talking to I won't watch it. I don't know. Talking about the Fast and the Curious. I think the Fast and the Curious, the presenters, the co-hosts aren't too bad. But when they have Buxton on there and he's telling us that I lied. I don't know. Chat. I don't like being lied to. Forgive me for being so sensitive as far as the F1 content I consume. There are only so many hours in a day. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be lied to. I don't think that's fair. Buxton is indeed full of SH1T. Well, he's told us that he was. Why would you lie, Will? What are you lying for? What to I don't know, to artificially inflate the F1 book? Why? No, I don't think that's. Yeah, you can't take these lot seriously, can you? I don't like that at all. I lied. He tried to pull out Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't disagree with it. Or hell that. I don't. As a Mats fan, we need Lando not to bottle it. Oscar needs someone to take second. 100% last resort. That's very, very sensible thinking. Lando and Max Verstappen are the neutral heroes here. Or the neutral's hero. Better put. Do something here. This guy's been bending the truth. I know, and it gives credence to it, eh? They're all in the bloody truth bending business ever so slightly to pad their own book. I don't like that. But was it a lie when everybody in the world knew it was a marketing? But mood for a second there, for a brief second. I remember speaking to some other charlatans in the space who said the same thing. Oh, Lando's going to win. He's got the quickest car, yada, yada, yada. There was a prevailing, much like Max Verstappen is getting his flowers now and everybody's like, well, he might be the best that I've ever seen. At the time, there was the prevailing sentiment from so-called experts was around Lando Norris, that he was the one he's got the quickest car. Do you remember? I'm telling you, mention no names. And of course, I'm not talking about Peter Windsor here, because Peter was all invested in Maximilian Verstappen PLC. Good morning, Technical G. I want more than ever for Max to win. It will force McLaren to abandon the papaya rules. 100%, 22, 23 and the start of 24 was so dominant for Max. The lie is understandable to play up the chances of Lando last year, but I still don't particularly like last resort. So you're lying? You mean to tell me that you're lying about who you think's going to win? I don't understand. I don't understand. I want to believe. I do want to believe, but I don't. I think they're charlatans. Charlatans and or ignoramuses. Your mate Jensen, Cameron back on the mic. I'm not a big fan, I can't lie. Not a big fan. Can't be a big fan of Jensen. He's speaking of charlatans. Such a nice guy, they say about Jensen. And then when you meet him, exactly that one, Hollis, he's an abbot of unreason. Did you hear him yesterday on the broadcast say that Hulkenberg was the only driver to go and do what Max has done? compete in another series whilst he was still in his prime in Formula One. And Simon had to correct him instantly and say, so hang on, have you heard about, do you know who Fernando Alonso is? Excuse me, Le Mans 24 hours. What are you talking about, Jensen? You're meant to be an F1 champion, and with that comes some sort of responsibility about reporting facts accurately, Jensen Button, lest you want to be deemed an abbot of unreason, a dude who knows no will, can win a championship in 2009 at the altar of fortuitous circumstances. You can. You're a legend, John. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But you know, I don't appreciate Jensen Button. Candy, you're a legend. Right back at you, mate. Like, again, I make no apologies for labouring this point. This channel drowns, but for your guys' support and turning up and having the conversation, it has to be a conversation in F1. There are 400 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. Bottom left, if you want to become a member, get yourself access to some sexy emojis. Get yourself access to the Discord. If you are indeed that way inclined, then feel free. Jensen Button clown. Did you hear Lando Norris at the end of the session as well, interacting with his race engineer Will Joseph? He's like, yeah, well, I could never be Lando Norris's race engineer. Never. I'd smash him. I'd be like, what are you talking? Don't give me cheek, you mistake merchant. Cameron, can you state on this channel that you are rooting for Max? Wink. You want me to be honest? I want to see a championship for the rest of the season. So how can I not root for Max and Lando secretly through gritted teeth? I want them both to do well. I don't want Lando. Lando's story is storied, isn't it? Like, of course I want Lando to do well. He's a brilliant bloody driver, despite when I come on here and I give him the beans and I speak about him in a way that's disparaging. Genuinely, without saying this tongue-in-cheek, it's out of love. You know those naughty kids in class that are like borderline genius, on the spectrum nearly, but they don't know how to behave? That's what I think Lando Norris is. That's how I see Lando. He's just got all this potential, but he's invested in the wrong things, and he won't double down. And Nico Rosberg 2016, it like he just won't. He's a bloody not a waste of space. That's the wrong evening, Ozgazers. Jamie was gonna get techie to defend Jensen. I think he was talking about Hulk in the context of driving Le Mans during an F1 season. Yeah, true. That's a good shout. Jixie, you're a legend. I appreciate it. Best F1 coverage on YouTube. $5 says Stroll yeets it into a corner trying to stay up with Alonso's, but I know, and they've got a good car as well, haven't they, Jixon? You're far too kind, mate. It's techie with Stroll. They've got a good car as well, haven't they? Did you see? I mean, Visual pointed it out yesterday. Alonso outside bet for a cheeky pole. At the time, he was 150 to 1 with the odds makers, meaning therefore if you put a quid down, you would get 150 back and take away your quid stake as well, if you're that way inclined. Now, however, he's 25 to 1. 25s or 20s even. They fancy Fernando Alonso to drop this on, because the car's quick, chat. The car is quick, and this is the Aston Martin's natural habitat, right? Short corners, medium duration. Come off the hour, come off the Aston Martin. Lando says and does stranger things. Let's go. Attica leading to his moniker, Dustin from Stranger Things. Do you know what I mean? The Discord does know. The Discord always knows. Issa, am I late or the session still to start? The session starts in T-5 minutes. And quali, more importantly, you're going to drop back in for quali. Quali's going to be techie a few hours from now. I tell you what, quali's going to be Lewis Hamilton signing a. By the way, look at the impact that Lewis had on that lovely F1 fan. Go on then. What's important here? A couple different things. Quali is going to be chaos. Quali is where we lose our mind in a couple of hours. But again, you'll see here. This is not quite when the water goes out. See which one of these emperors, aka F1 peddlers, has no clothes. But nearly. The time is nigh. Nearly upon us. 2 p.m. Jeez. T-minus 3.5 hours to quali. And of course, we'll be here live 30 minutes before. 400 of you in the chat can currently do me a favor and smash Z like. My cousin is extra for the black kid in Strange Things. Don't lie. No way. Let's go. I love that, Joe. I didn't like Stranger Things, though, controversially. T-minus 3 minutes to FP3. Right. Background. Circumstance. Circuit. Elevation 5 meters. C3, C4, C5 are the tyres that have been brought. 62 laps, 4.9 kilometers track distance, top speed 323 kilometers per hour. Track record Lando Norris 129.525, 5 meters elevation, 62 laps. There are 19 corners, and a lot of them are short, medium duration, low minimum speed. It's going to get techie. Still lots of sandbagging. I don't disagree. Come after Lando Norris. Here's hoping. Am I rooting for Max? Probably. I'm rooting for a Max Verstappen genius lap. I don't mind when we see those. Do you know what I mean? I can't wait for a McLaren meltdown. Oh, yeah, mood. But every race I lose a bit of interest in him. Oscar is my boy. Lando. We're not loving Lando at all. I'm not short. Thanks so much for tirelessly giving us straight up honesty. Eric, I do my best, mate. I do my best. There's only one way to cover this sport, in my humble opinion, as new world media starts to overtake old, and that is with truth. Lest we forget the mantra, no modus operandi of this channel is that we will never ever sacrifice truth, value, nor objectivity at the altar of any cognitive dissonance worthy of the moniker. Not now, not ever. You almost got tired because during COVID, because there was a delay in filming. If not for COVID, Stranger Things would have all been wrapped up. Just a good shout. Still I rise. All the kids are basically grown up now. Very true. Instead of betting on Lando, putting it on Paul, I chose to throw my money away here. Let's go, Rogue. Right. I mean, Rogue, if I didn't do that a couple weekends ago. Anthony Davidson talking the truth and the gospel around Lando Norris, that Lando needs to prove to himself. There was something about Lando. Lando felt like it was that time of the month for him yesterday. Do you know what I mean? He was being a bit, oh, well, not a fantastic day. I don't like the handling dynamic of the car. Poor me, woe is me. Charles Leclerc crashed into me and it had nothing to do with me. The racing gods have turned their back on me and no longer is it fortuitous. Like, he just felt like he was... And he needs to get... I hope he's had a good night's sleep, and I hope he's talking about Lando Norris here, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. I hope he's at the races today. Do you know what I mean? Peter is right. McLaren should have never fired Danny Rick. It's techie, that from Mr. Windsor. Depends on your objectives, right? If your objective is to have Lando Norris win a championship, then of course you should never have fired Danny Rick. I concur with Sir Peter Windsor, but can you with my shareholder cap on, can you really advocate for not signing Oscar? The next one. Not signing Oscar is almost like not signing Max. Not quite the same, but very similar. T minus a couple of seconds until we get ourselves. Couple seconds for a cheeky FP3 start. Danny Ricciardo, can't you remember the near tears Danny had there at Singapore because he couldn't find the pet? Yeah, it's difficult. It depends on your objectives. If it's to give, if you wanted a second driver that's going to give Lando and to get the best out of Lando, Danny Rick could have been perfect. I agree with Peter in that sense. But I mean, to not sign Oscar Piastri and go to the board meeting and justify that is techie. Oh my God, just turned on an F1 and Ted Kravitz is already glazing Lando. They're bigging him up. They need him to do well. Just like Will Buxton lied about thinking Lando Norris is going to win last year. Or leveraged a bit of kayfabe. What's going on, Joe? Good evening. Shout out from London, UK. Money much better spent, mate. Yeah. Rogue's like, you're a legend. You guys make me laugh, Mum. And again, this is the community. Ted Glaze. It's oof. Danny Rick didn't have the pace of the young guys. Evening, Joe. $447 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. If you want to become an elated peddler, then you know what to do. Bottom left hand of your screen, as your boys know, start stitch again. Bottom left hand of your screen. Click the join button. And get yourself access to the Discord and some sexy emojis and some other things. Priority in the chat each and every single time as we join Crofty, Anthony Davidson, and Jensen Button, the charlatan, in the commentary box. Marbles away. Danny Rick had plenty pace. See him at Singapore. So I know, but back in the day, Michael, something happened to him. I mean, the Overton window that is optimizing for lap time and performance is it moves all the time, right? Does it not? 2016, Danny Rick was a very different entity, a person, an F1 peddler than Danny Rick in 2024. Ain't my fault Oscar broke his hand in that. Did you see, by the way, when Oscar... It's an interesting thing that when Oscar yeeted into the barrier at Baku, rookie mistake, still got his hand. I just don't get these drivers. I don't know. I think I'm unfair comparing Max to some of these other bods. The other 19, I don't think we should put them in the same sentence. Can you imagine Max yeeting it into the barrier and his hands are on the steering wheel like this? I was watching Saudi Arabia 2021, as you do, the qualifying session. Julius, you're a legend. Get yourself over to the community tab, and shortly thereafter, get yourself in the Discord. I'll put a link over there, mate. It's I appreciate you, Julius. Thank you for becoming the latest member. But I remember Max Verstappen, Saudi Arabia, does the God tier sector 1 and sector 2, and then yeets it into the barrier in sector 3. Instantly turns off the car because his mind's already on the gearbox and protecting it. No, I'm not going to try and limp over the line because I'm not noddy. He's like Gary Kasparov in an F1 car. He's thinking 4 moves ahead. Checkmate in 4 moves. It's astounding that he had the wherewithal after a chaos sector 1, sector 2, one of the best that you'll ever see, to just shut the car off after he's yeeted it into the barrier. I'm not sure too many other drivers in F1 history would have reacted that way in the heat of the moment. Julius, you're a legend. That was when USA still accepted. Oh my gosh, Michael. We've got to be apolitical on here, Michael, and you're trying desperately to make me break the rules. You need to still sort Discord lazy camera. Not enough hours in a day. See, I'm a boomer and I have a hard time sorting out. Me too, Dean. Discord is a new thing, but apparently the kids like it. So you got to get yourself on there. 469 of you in the chat concurrently, and we have ourselves an FP3. We are T-minus 56 minutes and 5 seconds left on the dock. Magnus Carlsen Magnus Carlsen has entered the chat. Did you see him slam his fist down when he lost to that chap the other day? Magnus Carlsen, one of the greats. Sonoda tops your timing sheet on a 33.743. There's still a lot of time here on the table, right? Yesterday's post-practice interview with Lando and Ted was disappointed. He wanted Lando to say something, but good game. He didn't really care. I think Ted just asks questions, you know. He's a straight shooter. He's a thinking shooter. When you read his book or listen to it, the F1 Insider, you see that there's something not disarming about Ted, but he's just got there's no finesse layer to Ted Kravitz, and there's zero filter. He just shoots straight. And I think that was the interview with Lando. He was just like, well, what happened, Lando? It wasn't a great day. Lando's just like, Lando did what I don't know what's wrong with Lando. He's got a crisis of confidence and self-esteem, but I hope he can put that all to the side here and just nail it. Purple sector. Speaking of Lando Norris, purple sector from Lando, 27.386. He's going quick here, isn't he? 5/10 down the road from Liam Lawson. So what are we looking at? 33, low 33s at the moment, but he's going to take another half a second out of Lawson in sector 2 if he's not careful. Purple, purple, purple microsector. So I'm Lando early. It is due diligence settings for the avoidance of doubt. It is only FP3. You are going to see these guys on brand new medium, yellow labeled medium compound tires. 38. He's done another half a second out of Liam Lawson in sector 2 there. Ish. 0.35, 0.85. Yeah, he's going mid 32s here. Or low 32s. Could be from Lando, depending on how he fares in sector 3. Yeah, low 32s here, chat. He's taken 0.8. 32.379. There we go. From Lando. I don't hate that. Looking pretty scary from the McLarens. Difficult to drive, understeery. And again, on low minimum speed corners, medium duration, you don't need understeer. It's the one thing that you don't require, isn't it? OJP on a hot one here, but goes second. 2/10 adrift of Lando. Lando's quick around here, chat. I'm telling you, he is quick. I think he's the only person that can. I feel like we're shaping. I know Oscar will improve yet again. And potentially in the heat of battle, Lando Norris will fumble his lines as he has done so many times this year. Mention no names. Saudi Arabia. Oscar's flying. See, he looks good. He looks good, but he's still 2/10, as near as makes no difference. Adrift of Lando Norris. Huh. Techie. 3 seconds slower than last year. Drop the bat, drop the sandbags. But look, they're going 295 kilometers from Lando through the speed trap. 298 from Oscar Piastri. Yeah, there is still a delta as versus last year, so maybe something's going on. Maybe there is something going on. Let's see what the lap time, because I've got all this here, haven't I? $29.525 was Lando Norris's pole lap last year. Huh. Ted Kravitz saying that George Russell would want to be right now with a view to get some due diligence in. But George Russell, something going on with Mercedes and George. What is going on? I mean, Oscar used to improve, but after Baku, I'm unsure. G3, don't count out Mr. OJP. Too consistent for too long for us to. But then there is that stat that I love about Oscar. I don't want to say correlation equals causation because it does not. It doesn't even imply causation. When you look at Oscar, here's the killer stat. In the first 9 races, 4 poles and 5 wins was Oscar's lot. In the subsequent 8 races, Oscar 1 pole and 2 wins. So nobody's going to tell me that that's not a change in Oscar Piastri's performance trend. Not with a straight face, you're not. No, that's a change. 4 poles and 5 wins in his first 9. 1 pole and 2 wins from the last 8. Subconsciously, I think Oscar Piastri is playing defence here. And why wouldn't you 69 points down the road from Max? Why wouldn't you 25 points down the road from your teammate? Maybe it's time with 7 races to go to play some defence. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Carlos Sainz on a mad one here. Let's have a look. Carlos Sainz goes purple, sector 1, 27.3. 7/100ths quicker than the quickest of Lando Norris. That Williams is on chaos, isn't it? But he's on softer. Go on then. Lando set his time on mediums, and Carlos Sainz is going purple on soft. So we're not comparing apples with apples here. But nevertheless, track evolution is the circumstance that the charlatan Jensen Button is speaking to now. In theory, Max can have 10 wins and still not be champion with Piastri only having to. Mark, I'm telling you, it's chaos. The point here is, Mark, again, I keep putting forth this supposition as unlikely as it is. Even if Oscar Piastri would go to Jamaica for 3 weeks, not compete in the next 3 races, and Max were to win every single one of the next 3 races, even then, Max would still only be 6 points in the lead, 6 points only. So a need for Max will need to be perfect from his perspective, and a need for Oscar and McLaren and Lando to start making mistakes, methinks. Williams is fast, but on those soft compound tyres, remember, Science Topsy timing sheets on a 31.9. Albon comes in just behind him on a 32.3, but both of them on brand new soft compound tyres, which you would expect would be quicker around here, notwithstanding the tyre demands. Bloody Nora, go easy, mate. Jeez. We don't want to yeet it. Have we started the Max Glaze yet? Neil, that'll come in a couple of hours when he puts it on pole. Neil. No, I don't know. Maybe he does. He'll go close. I think he's got the car. Max Verstappen yet to do a lap here. He'll come out in a minute as we see the Ferrari of Sir Lewis Hamilton, 27.5 through set to 1 on 2-lap-old mediums. Let's have a gander. So we're comparing that to Lando. That's not too bad. Charles Leclerc goes 27.8. 27.6. Charles Leclerc goes up into 9. He's not full send there, is he? Matt's had a P6 in Bahrain, P10 Spain, P9 Hungary, and a DNF in Austria. Jamaican Grand Prix. Let's go analog. OP coming back clinical. Just needs to. Oh, here we go. Lando's on the next one. 27 flat from Lando going through set to 1. Jeez. And that's on mediums, yeah? Oh, the humanity. Oof. 3.4. Jeez. 0.7 quicker going through sector 2. Low 31s incoming from Lando Norris if he can keep it on the island. Are we about to see our first 30.0 something? This could be a high 30, maybe a 30.9 coming in from Lando. He's going quick. Look at this. He's on it. Oh, Lando looks dialed into me. No. Like nearly your first 30 point something. 31. Oh, jeez. Lando. Max Verstappen would do a side quest as a fast bowler and take all the wickets. Curtly Ambrose settings. I tell you what. I respect that. Oh, Max Verstappen. No, it's Antonelli. My eyes deceive me. Lando's finding the car today. Where's Max? What's going on? No lap time from Max yet. Lando's finding the car. He looks dialed in, doesn't he, Charlo? That is a put everybody on notice type of lap that neither Crofty nor Jenson Button nor Anthony Davidson are talking about. By the way, he's done that on 5-lap-old medium. So it looks like to set up the tyres, he's done a cheeky push, pull, push, or whatever it is. Push, pull, pull, push to bring in the mediums. Seems like Lando got up on the right. He does. Vanadere, he looks dangerous. But he always looks dangerous in practice, doesn't he? It's easy to be a big man in groups. Not easy. But Lando makes that. Lando can show out and peacock when the stakes are just practice. He might be, when there are no stakes, Lando might be one of the, if not the quickest drivers. Max is in the GTV on side missions. I love it. Max still stabbing. Get out, Max. Come on, mate. Everybody else, apart from George, but again, it's George and Max doing what George and Max do, eh? Max is still watching the live stream. I'm sorry, Cameron. We'll join you in quali. Mental patient. No, you're a legend, do much. I'll see you then, cha. Quali will be absolute impossible cinema. Pant wetting cinema. Isn't it Dustin from Stranger Things Miami? Maybe I've been saying it wrong all this time. I thought it was Dustin, not Justin. Yellow flag circumstance. Crash, red flag. Lawson again. Bloody Nora Liam. Just as Alex Albon was going purple, look at this. 27.0 from Alex Albon. Quickest of all through set to 1. To the tune of 4/100ths. Bloody Nora. Lost 2/10 going through set to 2. Come on, Liam. Just when It looked like you were going to cement your seat for next year. Now, Helmut Marko will be looking at you with a side-eyed, that skeptical hippo face. Oh, for fuck, this is a bad mistake, that. When you hit the wall. Oh my gosh, he's kept his foot in. What are you doing, Liam? This is not rally, sir. Bad. When a driver says, I don't even know what happened. Crofty makes the pertinent point. I don't know if they've got enough parts. Straight onto Liam Lawson's misses. They love doing that, don't they? For Impossible Theatre. Liam Lawson crashes. Throw to Liam Lawson's misses. Liam knows. Liam is like, on board. I need a break. But why keep your foot in there, Liam? I don't understand. So there's the difference, right? I'm going to go and unfairly compare Liam to Max. He makes mistakes. If he made that mistake there, I'd expect him to save it, because he's just... He's not just painting with primary colours in an F1 car like Liam Lawson. His canvas and the colours with which he plays or paints is infinite. You can get him for the winter, but Lindblad more likely. Lindblad and Alex Dunn now. Helmut Marko. I think this is a pressure build. I don't think it's any coincidence that Helmut Marko was talking about Alex Dunn for 2027, that he fits the profile of a Red Bull Junior program driver, and then all of a sudden Liam Lawson is yeeting it into the barrier. Go on then, let me put forth the proposition like this. I don't think Liam Lawson does well with pressure, you know. I don't think he does well with it, because when he was in the Red Bull, I mean, he was on momentum, right? Put him in the Red Bull and all of a sudden he forgets how to drive a car. Put him back in the Racing Bull, sans pressurised circumstance, and he looks like a god-tier driver all of a sudden again, doesn't he? And now, because of Alex Dunn and Arvid Lindblad and all the rumour, Liam Lawson's forgotten. I mean, he was good the other weekend around Baku, wasn't he? But then now he just feels like he's forgotten who he is. Or maybe he just makes mistakes and your boy's overcomplicating it. Do you think Liam is he's trusted with paint, non-toxic crayons? Yeah, pressure cooker settings. See, not going to lie, I'm tired and sleepy. Tony, get some kit, mate, and come back. Me and you both a little bit, but let's we go again for qualifying. It will be chaos, I'm telling you. You won't be able to not stay awake. Qualifying's going to be chaos. Where's Max Verstappen anyway? Max Verstappen's come out, and he's put on mediums. A Sky Sports throw to a break, a commercial break, of course. The moment we've been waiting for, a bit of Max Verstappen on track to see where he compares proper whether when the tide goes out, all the McLaren emperors will be wearing no clothes. Let's see. That's chaos from Lando, though. You need Red Bull. I know, Z, I do. You're not wrong. But I'm trying to be healthy, mate, and go across the water. Walter the other day called me out on it, didn't he? Too much sugar's not good enough. I'm not Max Verstappen. I'm old, well past my prime. I'm in my Danny Rick phase of life, and so I've got to be a bit more responsible. Go on, then. Max Verstappen is out, but what's going on here? I don't think so, Paisley. Lawson was great here in 23. So why? So it makes you even worse then, Max, eh? It's not good. Max instant 130 incoming. I hope Sky Sports get back to the bloody action and that it's not a commercial break while Max is on a hot lap. Hey shit, the chat that's not working. Excuse my language. Oh, the track map was working, but I'm stupid. That's what. Track map was working, but your boy just deleted it. Because I am stupid. Oh, it's yellow flag circumstance over here. Okay, what's going on? Maybe multi-view. And by the way, all the metrics on either side of your screen brought to you by the goatiest F1 app to have ever goated. Download yourself some multi-viewer on a desktop or a PC. We've got yellow flag circumstance. Right, we have ourselves a red flag circumstance contrary to multi-view, which I think is a fail to have its Weetabix. Yeah, it's still red. It is still red, Mark. Ignore this on the right-hand side. Deep 11, deep 10. Which year did they start making wheels that tethered? Shortly after 94, I think, Michael. So what happened, if I recall correctly, if I try and tap into my very narrow F1 historic knowledge, Dr. Sid Watkins, who was present at Ayrton Senna's crash, Imola, San Marino, then in 1994, said that the Senna crash wasn't even that bad. Like, it looked bad, but for the bloody wheel, like, Senna would have walked away. That Senna had been involved in much worse crashes than that. But the real risk for these drivers is that it's the wheel. Like, you've seen these erroneous wheels, like, unalive young drivers. There was this incident a couple of years ago where there's a wheel just bouncing down the track, right, as a driver came and hit him on the head, and tragically, that was all she wrote. So I think shortly after the Senna incident in 94, Eccleston and co. and Max Mosley looked at the rules and the regs and the safety with Dr. Sid Watkins and said, right, we can't afford for wheels to just be going down the track erroneously, because it's a big health risk, the biggest. Senna's accident wasn't even that bad. If the wheels had remained tethered, if the tyre hadn't, or the tyre or the bloody, you could have seen the wishbone, if they'd remained tethered to the car, Senna wouldn't have died then. It's cold in here. Bloody Nora. Crazy how far tech has come. Almost seems impossible these days for a fatality. Yeah, true, Michael. No, stuff happens. Halo's contributed. The size and how robust the cars are now has helped. Something similar. Oh yeah, no, Massa got hit by, was it the bolt? Just a bolt that hit him there. Changed his career. Many people had Massa down as a champ, but Ferrari fans' optimism equals delusions. But Matt's fans' optimism equals benefit. He's a bit much. He's all right, that Matt's fella. Do you know what I mean? He'll win a couple of championships if he keeps his head down. Berger's Imola crash was much more, but 100% still alright, and Berger walked away from it. So, same place if I recall, but again, Senna. But I mean, Ayrton, to be fair, and this is blasphemous, Ayrton. I mean, Alain always said of Ayrton that he thought that he couldn't unalive himself, that he drove with reckless abandon always, and there's only so many times you can go to that well, right? Even a cat only has 9 lives, sadly for Ayrton. He's not that bad, chap. Too many driver rate. 600 of you in the chat, do me a favour. If you like the stream. T-minus 34 minutes left on the docket. FP3 session is now just recovered. No longer red flagged on the back of another Liam Lawson mistake. Is that Lando on it again? No, Oscar. When is Max Verstappen? Soon. Soon, chat. What is Max doing? Crying out loud. Are they still tinkering with the setup? I don't like this one, Max. I'm getting a bit concerned, I'll be honest. I'd like to see Max just go out there and nail a couple of laps by now. We're 25 minutes in. What are Red Bull doing here? Senna will drive people off track. Schumacher to 100%. But in a way that was that 1990 was just dangerous, wasn't it, really? Let's be honest. 1990 Suzuka. When you hear that Ayrton's engineers didn't talk to him when he came back to the garage because they just thought it was just too dangerous. And then you hear that even when Ayrton was beached, so he took Prost off, and even when they were beached in the barrier, Ayrton still had his foot buried in the throttle. That's intentful, isn't it? If you looked at the incident between Alain and Senna in 1990, and somebody was unalived then, excuse me, in the subjunctive, then you wouldn't be surprised. Marbles are go. Go on then. Maximilian Verstappen is go, apparently, on a cheeky outlap. 90s were not for the weak of heart, nor the faint of heart mid, I'm telling you. It's techie, misses FP3, but still gets pole. Rambo, I don't like it. I'm not going to lie. I don't like that that Max Verstappen hasn't had any track time just yet. We're too late in the session here. 33 minutes left on the docket. Chat, when is quali? So quali will take place in T minus. I mean, we've been through this already, but I'll indulge you again. Quali will take place in T minus 3 hours. We will go live in T minus 2.5. 30 minutes before lights out. Max is an engineer nowadays. He's busy with setup, 100%. He's out of the pits. Go on then, Maximilian Verstappen is on an outlap. Let's have a gander. The pick to click, a 131 from Lando Norris on their medium compound. By the way, Lando set his 131, a blistering 131, I have, on, I want to say it was 5 lap old mediums. On his question, why do people say unalived? I think it's a trigger word. And I don't think that Algo likes people talking about the other word. And I don't like it either. Maybe it's woke nation. Here we go, Max Verstappen going through sector 1. Get the camera on Max Sky F1. Goes purple microsectors in sector 1, but green shortly thereafter. He's on it, is Max. Get out the way, Carlos Sainz. Turned 14, so Max has still got a bit of time. 27.2, so 2/10 off is Max. Oh, in sector 1. Oh no, Lando Norris has the whip hand, ladies and gentlemen. Because Max is going for it here. And he's 2/10 adrift in sector 1. Holy smoke. Go on. This is why I'm concerned about Red Bull with this bloody last of the late breakers thesis as far as their due diligence in FP3. Sort it out, Edward. 2/10 adrift is Max. But 302 kilometers per hour through the speed trap maximal velocity. Have they taken some downforce out of Max Verstappen's rear wing? 38.4. Another 2/10 adrift. So he's lost half a second going through sector 1 and sector 2. Max Verstappen is going to do a 31.5 here unless he goes blitzkrieg in sector 3. I think they fudged the setup. Yes, a balance of performance penalty. He's not allowed full practice time. What's going on? It's going to drop in here. 31.5 is Max. Look at that. 31.5. No, I'm not having that. I'm not having. There is no way, chat. There is no way that Max Verstappen is only like a 1/10.5 quicker than Behrman. Behave yourself. Sort it out. Jos Verstappen's like, I'm not having this. Look at Jos. Jos looks like he's about to pound his fist on the table like he did at Saudi Arabia that time. No. I'm not. I'm not loving that from Red Bull. It's not the time. You've got to get it together now. 800 of you in the chat concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like the stream. If you like the stream, what are we doing? Sandbagging. Not the time anymore, eh? Not the time. Oscar Piastri getting awfully close to the barrier here. It's FP3 Red Bull. Wake up. Don't have time for this nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Max Verstappen does his first lap with T minus 30 minutes left on the dock. What are we doing? RB is testing setups of the race. I'm almost no, but Disdained, here's the issue, mate. 1.5 seconds is how many is the delta that you need if you're going to overtake around here. Therefore, one needs to put all of their eggs in the qualifying basket. Pole is worth a lot around here because you can't overtake. Not quite Monaco, but nearly. Not same, but very similar. Disdained, it's not the time for that. Where's Alonso this morning? Still eating his Weetabix? Probably. Where is Alonso? He hasn't put in a time yet. But he'll go. He's about to cross the line here on 5-lap-old mediums. What's going on with these lot? I don't understand. Maybe we'll get hot lap central in the Dynambers. Qualifying mode. Get some kit between now and qualifying. You know, Max hits pole when they're clowning in FP3. I don't know. I don't past this. I just don't like it. I'll be honest. If he sort it out, maybe he's doing a push pull like Lando did before another push. Smart not to put Miles in the heat. So everyone's doing high fuel race runs. You guys are right. Leclerc to go set. What's going on? I thought we were meant to be putting like I'm confused, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. Bearing in mind how important pole is around here and how difficult it is to overtake. I'm not sure why we're all doing I suppose it's just the program, isn't it? Shut up, Cameron. You don't know anything. No, Max wasn't prepared for the lap. They were confused with the cars around them on an outlap. There we go, Mark. We didn't even get a lot of Max on the Sky F1 broadcast. If you heard he's on board, you'd know he was arguing. Was he arguing the entire first sector? Go on, let's have a gander. Lando told welcome back. That was a very good laugh. Charles Leclerc swearing over that. You've got his on board. Okay. Cheers, Mark. I need to get that myself, to be fair. T minus 26 minutes till the end of a really weird FP3 for me. I don't know what's going on. Lando Norris, blitzkrieg quick as always. But I mean, how's he going to go through the paid session? Him and GP, were they? Flipping Norsy. They fudged up his setup then? Oh, what's going on? I don't like this. 900 of you watching concurrently. And your boy needs to get himself the Max Verstappen on board. Apparently arguing with GP. They fudged the setup. Fix your fudging car. Helmut Marko's cursed McLaren, especially Piastri and Lawson with. Now, I think what Helmut Marko's cursed is the Red Bull. He said that they were close. There's a couple hundreds in it. Blah, blah, blah. What time is the fight for pole? 2 p.m. British, Andrew. We go live 30 minutes before. T minus 3 hours. I need coffee. Easy G, me and you both. Hajar goes up to 5th. T minus 25 minutes left on the docket. Your runners and riders in a very weird FP3 blitzkrieg. Impossibly quick is what Lando Norris has put down. 31 flat as near as makes no difference on mediums. 5-lap-old mediums. 2 tenths down the road from Alex Albon's Williams and Carlos Sainz. 4 tenths down the road. In 4th, you've got Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Carl, expect him to go well. And Lewis Hamilton scorned. There's a very fast Sir Lewis Hamilton. In 5th, you've got Isaac Hadjar. Max Verstappen in 5th on a 31.526. Okay, here's Max Verstappen now. 27.0. That's quicker than Lando going through sector 1 to the tune of 3/100ths. But he's struggling a little bit here on the micro sectors. He goes green. Antonelli goes quickest of all, 30.7, but on 6-lap-old soft compound size. Interesting. Go on, then Max Verstappen, 27.0, goes quicker. Let's have a look at this sector 2 from Max. The pick to click is 38.2 from Lando. Yellow micro sectors from Max, though, going through sector 2. He's not comfortable in the car, I don't think. Because when he's on it, he's just going green microsectors all the way through sector 2. I think he might have backed out here. Yeah, he's backed out of it. 49.4. He was struggling through sector 2, was Max. Helmet is a legend, enough said. Sky Monopoly settings. What's going on here, chat? Fix your fudging car, Red Bull. I thought it was done. He did a ball, didn't he, Mark? I saw it. He started going yellows, but he's there in sector 1. He was quickest of all. Well, not quicker than Sainz, but quicker than Lando. And let's have a look. 5 lap old. Yeah, see, that was the apples versus apples lap. Because Lando did that 31.0. He did that 31.0 on 5 lap old medium compound tyres. Sounds like Max is trying setups. Max saying he's losing the rears. Oof, Andrew. I dislike this. Yuki's being dragged by the day. Any more int from Max? I'm not getting the radio feed, sadly. Go on then, T-minus 23 minutes left on the docket. This is interesting. Where are Ferrari in Charles Leclerc's hands? Where are Red Bull? I mean, gonna get techie chat. 800 if you're watching Kokoli, do me a favour, smash the like. If you like the stream, then like the stream. 23 minutes left on the docket. Your winners and riders. Kimi Anthony tops your timing sheets on a 130.7, but on soft compound tyres. Lando Norris in second on 5 lap old medium compound tyres, 31.0. Albon in third. Sainz, Hamilton, Hadjar leads from Verstappen, Russell, Ollie Behrman, and then OJP. What's going on here? What's Oscar doing? I don't understand what's going on here. You guys are gonna have to help me out. So the stories are, it feels like Red Bull have done something, but it hasn't worked just yet. Oh my gosh, Matt said leave it to me. 302 kilometers per hour through the speed trap is Max. Just take some downforce off the wing and I'll nail it. Oh my god. Alonso's too old for practice. Whoa, there. This is gonna get this qualifying session. Leave it to me, says Max. But they were in such a good position yesterday. What's going on? Max is his own engineer. Bloody Nora, but I mean, so he's good going through sector 1. Quicker than Lando through sector 1. So the time's there, but something happened in sector 2 to make Max abort the lap. This needs Inspector Gadget level detection, doesn't it? Only for the intellectually curious trying to find out what's going on here. That lap, I'll be honest, that lap from Lando is scary quick on them mediums. 31.0. That's quick. I'll say this. If there were no circumstance devoid of pressure, I'd bet all my money all on Lando Norris to nail this. Because I think he's got the car and I think he's quick enough. But when it's pressure and it's Q3 and it's stakes and it's the championship, then all of a sudden Lando loses himself a 10th and starts making mistakes, and that's my issue. Not to say that he can't do it, because he might well go and do it. Of course he can, but will he? It's an important distinction that we talked about at the outset of the show, right? Can and will are two very different things. Easy G. I'm wishing your boy well here as a neutral. I think Max is sandbagging. He already knows the evening setup needed for qualifying. Do you think so, Safak? I'm not. Why would he? I don't think Max would go. Maybe they're doing the extreme setup thing again. I don't know. I don't like this from Red Bull at the moment. Max don't sound too happy on the radio. Look at this. What's the point then? Sort it out. What are we doing? Don't like it, Red Bull. Per Christian Orden, the legend, that is Fix fudging car, Red Bull. Do you know what I mean? The championship is dependent upon it. Sort it out, Red Bull. Can't afford to, like, what are we doing here? Huh. 825 if you're watching currently, do me a favour and smash the stream. We are on break on Sky Sports F1, the internationally syndicated broadcast. Of course, why not? Do you know what I mean? And it's as good a time as ever to say this. Make no apology for thanking you each and every single time ad nauseum, because this channel drives to survive by dint of you guys coming in and fact checking me and holding my very nutty F1 feet to the flames. If you like the stream, then like the stream. If you want to become an elated peddler, get yourself access to some sexy emojis. So too, the Discord. Then click the join button on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Franco Colapinto, cheeky love kiss with the barrier. Like, chill out, Franco. Chill out, mate. Far more than his engineers. And Jomo, the legend. Let's go. Do us a favour. Tap the like. You're a legend, Jomo. Makes me smile, mate. I hope you're doing well. 1,000 of us in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. We have T-minus 18 minutes and 20 seconds left on the docket. Currently, your runners and riders look something like this. Kimi Antonelli on soft compound tyres on a 130.760. Tops your timing sheets. Lando Norris on a 131.0 set on 5-lap old medium compound tyres. Albon shortly thereafter from Russell Sainz. Max Verstappen on 131.3 on medium 5-lap old medium compound tyres. Interesting. Max apparently not too happy with his setup, not too happy with GP all and sundry. Shortly thereafter, Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson, Hamilton on a 131.4 in 7th. Hajar, Behrman, Ocon complete your top 10 for FP3 Singapore Grand Prix. This is paid session now. I think we're going to see some hot laps over the next 17 minutes as these guys try and play their way into the qualifying crease. It's going to get techie. Max is washed. Let's go. Max is washed. It was the car all along. Time to retire and let Yuki have a go. I concur, sir. Maximilian Verstappen has always been washed. You know what I mean? Fast car merchant. Promise unfulfilled. I was trying to convince myself to stay calm. Come on, Russell, your contract. I know it's true. Go on, what's George doing here then? George 4th. Don't hate it from George. But he doesn't need for Antonelli to nail him. That doesn't exactly... I mean, between yesterday, yeeting it into the barrier, rising up on the Destructors Championship, hitherto season to date, George Russell only cost his team $225,000 by dint of him crashing into barriers. He was joint with Maximilian Verstappen, crashes it yesterday, and now Max Verstappen stands alone at the bottom of the Destructors Championship on 225. Interesting that. Just wait till the softs go on, Red Bull. You do bet against Max Cam. Are you having a laugh, Safak? I'd never do that again. Do I declare my my Max Verstappen bet? No, I'm going to keep it to myself. I did have a cheeky... So Alonso was 150 to 1. I quite liked the look of Alonso, 27.7, but he's lost all his pace already. And then Max Verstappen to put it on pole and win the race was 6 to 1, meaning therefore if you spend £1, you will get £6 back and walk away with £7 plus you stay. He secretly bets on Lando. John K. I did it once and I was it secret, John? Then I think I came and I was quite transparent with it then, and I would be quite transparent with it now. But Lando looks good. I mean, what do you want me to do? I haven't bet on him, but he does look. Not so much Lando looking good. The car just looks I don't know. T-minus 15 minutes and 11 seconds left on the docket. Are any teams going faster on mediums than softs? Lando, no. I don't think we've got evidence of that just yet. Well, we'll see in a couple of minutes, as Charles Leclerc is going up. Look at this. Charles Leclerc's on a hot lap for true. Look at that. Soft compound tyres. Here we go. Daniel, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. 900 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. And if you like the stream, then like the stream. Charles Leclerc on a hot lap here. He goes 26.899. That's quick. Is that the quickest of the... Yeah, that's the quickest of the medium drivers thus far. He's gone 2/10 Charles Leclerc quicker than Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc and Ferrari have just entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's going rapid here, 2/10. So he might be the first of the medium. Oh, look at this. Lando's on soft now. Jeez. Charles Leclerc going green, green, green. Microsectors about to go purple. 38.0. Okay, so he's 2/10 again, quicker. Bloody Nora. Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc's about to go 0.4. Charles Leclerc will be the first, well, the second of the 30 point. At the 1:30 runners after Antonelli, but he's going to go quicker than Antonelli here, isn't he? 26.9. Oh, is he? Yeah, there he is. Charles Leclerc goes quick as the Vore. A 10th down the road from Ant. That's not bad from Antonelli there, though, chat. Do you remember a friend of the channel, Peter Windsor, keeps saying that Antonelli does really well on the low minimum speed turns? Huh. Definitely wasn't the plan. Raging. I know. I don't think it was in the plan. There'd be god tier level of sandbag in here. Go on then. Put on the softs, Matt. Everybody's gone softs now. We're going to see some hot laps over the next 13 minutes. Show your hand. Jomo, you're a legend. Definitely wasn't the plan. Put the fries in the bag. Let's go. 900 of you in the chat can currently, as we round third base, T minus 12 minutes and 50 seconds left on the docket. Purple from Lando, 26.7. Holy smoke. Lando goes a 10.5 quicker than Charles Leclerc's timesheet, topping 130.6. All eyes on Lando here in the first instance. Oscar goes 26.9, 2/10. I mean, Oscar's not getting anywhere near close to Lando's pace, is he at all? As Lando through sector 2 is going purple, purple, green. Bloody Nora, Lando Norris. I mean, jeez. 26.8. Lewis Hamilton goes a 10th slower, a 10.5 slower than Lando Norris. 38.8. Bloody Nora. Lando's going to nail this. 26.7. Lando's on for a 30.4 here if he can keep it on the black stuff going through sector 3. Huh. 30.3 chat. Holy smoke. Holy smoke. Lando Norris is on something here. Although Maximilian Verstappen, all eyes on him, set to 1. 26.8. A 10th. Oh, it's a 10th shy. You can't keep up with Lando through. Look at that. Oscar Piastri goes second. 30.6. 4/10. Or 3/10. God, and all eyes on Max. 26.8. So he's a 10th. As near as makes no difference. A 10th for drift going through sector 1. He's going to need to go 30, not 37. Here, Lewis Hamilton goes second. Nobody can get near Lando. This is the issue. All eyes on the sector 2 of Max Verstappen. The pick to click is 38.0. Oh, Max goes 37.844 through sector 2. We're on, chat. We're on here. Let's do the maths. He's lost the 10th in sector 1, but he's gained 2. So he's a 10th up. He's about to, oh my gosh. Houston, we have a problem. Max Verstappen has entered the chat. So going through sector 2, he's a 10th up on Lando Norris's 30 point. He's entered the chat. Maximilian Verstappen goes quickest on a 30.148. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Leave it to me and I'll go quickest. Yeah, we've got a qualifying session on our hands in a couple of hours, chat. David Croft doesn't even notice it. Do you know what I mean? 30.1. And I know, by the way, that it's just FP3. But Maximilian Verstappen shouldn't be, not at this stage, not if past this prologue, he shouldn't be 0.15 of a second quicker than Lando. Now, we've got to bake into that, of course. Normalise for track evolution, etc., etc. But yeah, and still, if you're comparing apples and apples, Maximilian Verstappen on soft compound tyres just gone 0.15 quicker than Lando Norris in a McLaren. Oh, the humanity. Told ya, says Jay. Max, stop it. The doer of impossible things. All heads must bow, all tongues must confess. Says Mephistopheles. Not T-minus 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, the humanity. I bet he won't be 3-1 now, bookmakers. Now that you see him topping the timesheet. Listen, it's always going to get techie. And it will get techie, then techie things gone. All eyes on what's Charles doing? It's as if you just can see, chat. As we said yesterday, right, in the lead up, you could just see all the other drivers as Charles Leclerc. Bloody Nora. Charles Leclerc having a cheeky dalliance with an Aston Martin. Is that Alonso? Must be. No, Lance Stroll. Stroll doesn't even know then. But look at the Mercedes, they are in it as well. That's also true. Wow, because it's cooler, isn't it? Look at this. Track temperature 39.6 degrees Celsius. Ambient 30.9 degrees Celsius. It will be warmer later on in a couple of hours' time. So maybe, but George looks quick as well. 30.2. 5/100ths adrift. Bloody Nora. Where's Alonso? Just nowhere. Aston Martin look like their pace is going to go away. Aston Martin, the modern day Scuderia Ferrari, look fastest in FP1 and slowest in Q1, of course. Oof. Okay, this is going to be a problem later on. All over to you, Lando. Come after hour, come after man. Do you know what I mean? 4 seem to be 5 times, says Mephistopheles. I feel inspired to put a tenner on Max winning the title. I'm already in on Max winning the title, but I just think it's going to need circumstances here. Sonoda-san on the hot one. So it goes 27.2 through set to 1. There's the difference. Look at that. Half a second down the road. Or 0.4 down the road from Max Verstappen. You miss Sainz, George and Antonelli getting top 5 straight after Max Verstappen. Visual. George says he's struggling for confidence in a corner that he crashed in yesterday. The rears are not where they need to be on the edge. Copy will take a look, see if there's anything on the tools. When are we going to stop learning to that Samano? Now that he's got a car, if that's true, if Max has a car, then the rest are in trouble, mate. Because for this, you're going to find out now. Everybody that said he was a fast car merchant, going to find out now what Max can do with a fast car. Because apparently the car's quick. You know what I mean? 933 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. If you like the stream, Qualifying's going to get techie in a couple of minutes. In a couple of hours' time, excuse me. And my leg is shaking like Christian Horner on the pit wall. Franz Hermann. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the docket. Fernando Alonso is nowhere. Goes 130.9. What has gone on to the Aston Martin pace? They look so quick. Everybody turns up their engines and Aston Martin turned theirs down. There's no way Max can be quickest here, right? I mean, with a cheeky new floor and floor fairings and a cheeky front wing. They've kept throwing the upgrades at it. They're listening now, use Lauren Meckies, to Max as opposed to the simulator. Just leave it to me, Max said. I'll nail it. 30.15. That's ominous. I don't think Lewis should get a pen. It's not competitive in the session. 30.6 from Lewis. Oof. Oh, the humanity. It's going to get techie. Then techie things. 1,000 of you in the chat concurrently. We will be back for the avoidance of doubt 30 minutes before qualifying. And I'm nervous already. Look at this. I want to go and get some sleep, but I can't. It's already qualifying nerves have infused me. Qualifying kicks off, by the way, in 2.5 hours. We'll go live in 2 hours, 30 minutes before lights out. Pressure is on the McLaren boys. Let's see how they handle it tomorrow. Let's see how they handle it today, Boogie boy. That's the question. Missile rest. Max will drop it like it's hot. Having qualified cheeky Snoop Dogg reference. I think so. I think so. I think so. I mean, Lando can do it. He can, but again, like I said at the outset, it's important that we are precise with our language and signifiers. Can is very different to Will. Lando Norris, now that he's got pressure on his shoulders. Go on then, all eyes on Lando. But he's on 5 lap old softs round here, so he's not gone again and goes 30.5. See, this is the problem. Now it's pressure and it's circumstance and it's clear that Max has got himself a car and it's like... let's hear about Lando now. Because again, if you're just down Roy House on a Sunday without circumstance, Lando can put it on pole. But if it's the Drivers' Championship and it's pressure and you've got a fire-breathing lion in Maximilian Verstappen breathing down your neck, it's different, isn't it? It's different. Simply not good enough. Lando's going to find that gap in Singapore. Bet. Lando set a decent time on Courtois. True visual. That wasn't bad. He's done that. I didn't notice that. He's done that 30.2. No, sorry, 30.5 on 5 lap old soft. So maybe he's got more in the tank there. So Lewis on a hot lap, but goes through sector 2.3 adrift of the session topping time of Maximilian Verstappen, the 30.148. He's backed out, hasn't it? Is he backed out? No, he hasn't backed out. He's still going 38.1 yellow. Sector 2 from Lewis. Doesn't go any quicker. Oof. Oh. Oh. He's trusting Max. Oh. Just leave it to me, Max says. You know what I mean? T-minus 3 minutes remaining as we round third. 1,000 of you in the chat can currently qualifying in a couple of hours. Is going to be chaos. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. And I'm going to set the stream to go live as soon as I finish here. 1,100 of you. I am nervous as fuck. I just can't wait for qualifying. But I feel at this juncture, just like we said on the stream yesterday, like I've read this book before, per Lando Norris, the dude that gets 25 points 9 times out of 10 is the one who makes the least mistakes over the course of the Grand Prix weekend. That chap has a name, and his name is Maximilian Verstappen. T-minus 3 minutes left on the docket. Good lap from Isaac. Go on, let me take a cheeky peek. Not a bad lap. 130.5 from Isaac. Again, heir apparent to Tsunoda-san's Red Bull throne. Hulkenberg on it. Hulkenberg setting purple microsectors through sector 2. 37.9. I think the track is evolving, chat. I think the one thing that will give me pause for thought about Max Verstappen's lap is that the only thing is that he sets it a couple of minutes after Lando. And this is a street circuit track, of course, and track evolution, therefore, is a thing. Ted Kravitz talking about a push, pull, whatever, that 2 laps are potentially... I mean, traffic is going to be an issue, Ted Kravitz. Getting out the pit lane also is going to be... Ted Kravitz giving you the issue 411. Times are pretty close now. Quali's going to be... And when it's close visual, who do you... I know nothing. Do you know what I mean? My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. I know. You must always leave a space. You must always leave a space. I know. An incidental race. Nothing more. That's in his favourite face, isn't it? Track evolution is crazy. And of course, by track evolution, what we're talking about is a street circuit, meaning therefore, when this isn't going on, cars drive around these roads. I think, oh my gosh, what's going on? What are you doing? Carlo Pinto, we may as well just crashed into Max then. Can you imagine? It's going to be Max on pole, obviously, says Neil. Neil, you know what I mean? Watched the stream yesterday. I feel like I was putting forth the case yesterday, but I'm shy today. I don't want to be accused of Max glazing. Antonelli goes purple. Look at this. Is Antonelli going quickest? Yeah. Talk of track evolution visual. Antonelli is about to top your timing sheet potentially. 26.7. He's going to go a tenth quicker here if he could keep it on the... Oh no, he's dropped it. He's dropped it sector 3. 2 tenths shot. So Antonelli was rapid, but then he's flopped it in sector 3. 2 tenths adrift. Huh. So the Mercedes do look quick. You guys are right in the chat. What's Alex Albon doing? Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. You had momentum, chat. Maybe it's going to be Antonelli to disprove my overhyped fit. The Mercedes do look quick. Crofty's yapping like crazy, as you would do, as you'd expect him to do. Antonelli could do a max potentially. Is it glazing? If it's true, truth value, objectivity, never sacrifice either one of the aforementioned at the altar of any cognitive dissonance worthy of the moniker. Piastri's on one here in the dying embers. Go on then. 26.7. Okay, Oscar's about to do something here. Track Evolution. Can you spell it? Isaac Harjo going quick as well. 0.2 of drift off going through sector 2, sector 1 even. Sector 2 is another 10. Gone all eyes on this Oscar Piastri lap. He's gone quickest of all through sector 2. Dying embers. I think he's looking to lay down a marker and squeeze that pressure cooker on Lando Norris's head. 26.8. 26.8. He might go a 10th quicker here, depending on what he does in. Oscar's looking to end this session atop the timing sheet, and he might well do. He's done two. Oh, no. 200ths adrift. Oh, the humanity. Oscar Piastri dropped, laid an egg in sector 3. Consistency's key here, chat. Can't wait for quali. It's going to be chaos, Boogie, but I'm telling you, it is going to be chaos. Second. It's a good shout from Crofty there. Anthony Davidson says it's more about the driver around this circuit, so therefore you defer to each and every single time to one Maximilian Verstappen. Lewis getting held up by Sonoda saying, come on, Yuki, check your mirrors, mate. One must always check one's mirrors. Lewis won't be too happy at that, will he? What's the fudge is that, Yuki? He's playing bumper cars. He wasn't looking, was he? Didn't know. The race engineers have got to get on and highlight that qualifying is going to be so close. See, going to be very good. Says Michael. Max in the top 3 in all 3 FBs. Bloody Nora. Max Verstappen. God tier awareness. Look at that. That's chaos. Yeah, Max and Colapinto did really well to get out of the way of a charging Pierre Gasly. Right, guys, you guys have been legends. We'll be back in a couple of hours' time. Look at that. T-minus 2.5 hours or T-minus 2 hours. In fact, 30 minutes before quali, we go live because it's going to be chaotic. And I'd be a numpty, an abbot of unreason if I weren't covering it properly. See you in a couple of hours. Between now and then, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.